Hi friends, my name is Jake, and this is Bandit. Hey Bandit, look over here. Look right here. Isn't he the cutest? I wanted to start off this video on a positive note because it goes downhill from here, doesn't it, buddy? Give me 5. A nice hard 5. No, just push the hand away 5. You're a fun dog, you know that? I'm going to put you down now. We're going to be looking at this knife today. This is by Artisan Cutlery. This is the BIOME. It comes in G10 in 3 colors: black, this gray blue, and a natural jade. You also get carbon fiber laminate, but it's that flat one. It no longer has the 3D rounded milling like the G10 versions have. And it's inexpensive, around $30. Actually, I got mine from White Mountain Knives at $30. You can get 10% off, which makes it like 28 or whatever. But on Amazon, they've got the black for $16.40 American, something like that. And then they've got another one that's around $23. Anyways, the most expensive ones are $29.99. So it's not an expensive knife. It's hard to find outside the United States. I couldn't find a Canadian vendor that has this. I didn't spend a lot of time, but I couldn't find any vendors in Europe that have this. But they are in North America. They don't cost an awful lot. This one I got in the end of summer 2020. And I decided, I did the unboxing, I think in September. And I decided in the middle of October, it's time to finally do the review. And so I started carrying it. And on the first day that I was carrying it, I noticed there's something missing. There's the pin missing for the lanyard option. And so I was debating between, was I going to contact White Mountain Knives and have them replace it, which he's very happy to do, or would I see how the warranty is with Artisan Cutlery, which also has CJRB, by the way. I decided to check out the warranty on this. So I contacted Artisan Cutlery, and they said, sure, we can replace that pin for free if you pay $20 American to have it shipped to you. Yeah. I buy a lot of stuff from Chinese stores, like online stores. You can buy $3 items and get free shipping. So I don't understand the $20. I don't understand that that's their only option. I realized that Lee from Love Them Knives had a contact for Artisan Cutlery in North America, a gentleman by the name of Russell. And he does warranty service and stuff for them. So I got the address from Lee and I contacted Russell, and Russell initially was very helpful. He said, yeah, I actually got one of the BIOMEs that is defective and was returned. I can take the pin out and send you the pin. The only option I have to mail it will cost $100 American. So he didn't like that idea, but I certainly didn't like that idea. So he was going to look for another option. And this was happening right around Halloween 2020, end of October. And so he said he was going to send it to me, take it apart, send it to me, just regular mail. And I emailed him, hey, what's up with this? And I waited. And I waited. Mid-December, I contacted him. No reply. Early January, I contacted him. No reply. 4 or 5 days ago, what is it today, the 22nd? Yeah, today's Friday that I'm recording this on the 22nd. On Monday this week, so 4 days ago, I emailed him again. No reply. So my take on this is Artisan Cutlery and CJRB do make some pretty good stuff, although this one has some significant flaws, and I'll come across those. They do make a lot of really good stuff. But if you're going to need service, make sure you figure it out very soon on so that the retailer who sells it to you can take care of it. Because if you need to contact Artisan Cutlery, it's going to cost you. So that's the backstory, the bad backstory. So I've got this knife. Let's go to the tabletop and look at the details about it and give you the good, the bad, and the really bad. So keep watching. So here it is. I really, whoop, focus. I really do like this gray-blue color. It's done very well. You can see from the lines in it that this is radiused. It's slightly rounded, fairly thin. We've got screws that only tighten on one side. So initially I thought, hey, that's going to be great. And we've got a nice drop point blade. Focus, you beast. I am very close to getting a camera, by the way. I had my first person send me $1. I was really serious. If a bunch of you people just send $1, that's half of a coffee. Send me $1, and if a number of you do it, that'll put us over the edge. But that's a different subject. I'll put links down below if you want to contribute to the camera fund. This knife looks quite nice. There's a nail neck right there. You don't need to use your nail in there. Easily just pinch and pull. Works just fine. Let's do a size comparison with the Ontario Rat like I always do. Yeah, she's a smaller knife. Focus. So it's definitely a small knife. If we put the end of the knife on the screen, it just goes halfway down the blade. But the cutting edges, if you line them up, line it up right there, that's, what is that, 3/4 of an inch there? I didn't even check before. Let me measure it. Yeah. It's about 3/4 of an inch less cutting edge than this guy. It's a very decent knife in terms of what you get for cutting with. You get a blade that's, what's the measurement here? 2 3/4 inches, basically. It's got a nice tip for doing delicate work if you need to. Very pointy, and it comes quite thin at the tip. You got a flat grind. You get very thin behind the edge. You got a handle that's got your index choil, and then your hand comes in here. My hand is in the extra large range, and it fits comfortably in here. Certainly smaller hands are going to also find a lot of comfort with this thing. It's a decent feeling knife, very light, easy to use, very functional. What do we get? Like I said, nice stonewash blade. It says on here 12C27N, as in Nancy. There's no such thing. It does not exist in the world. Sandvik makes no such steel. They do make a 12C27M, as in mama, N. Doesn't exist. Mallory Design. It's a well-designed knife. And the model number's up there, 1840P. And it even says nicely Swedish Sandvik, which is the only Sandvik that's out there. A little China right there. And then on this side, all you get is the Artisan Cutlery logo. There you go. You get a half stop, which is a good half stop. It wants to stop there. The spring that's along the back here, screwed on here, that's the metal that goes all the way to the end. That's all one piece for a spring. It's got a good amount of tension before it starts closing on you. And it stays closed. If you put this in your pocket, it's not going to open up accidentally. It wants to stay closed. Quite nice. Before I get into the rest of the cons, let's quickly go over the sizes and dimensions and all that information. The weight of this knife, 39 grams, 1.4 ounces. The sharpness from the factory, 160 best, very good. 200 and less is considered sharp. The length of the cutting edge, 68.9 millimeters, 2.7125 inches. Blade length, tip to the closest part of the handle, 69.9 millimeters, which is 2.752 inches, so 2 3/4 inch blade. The blade thickness is 2.24 millimeters, which is 0.088 inches. The blade depth at the widest spot, 18.5 millimeters, 0.7285 inches. The thickness behind the grind, right around about in the middle of the belly here, 0.34 millimeters, 13/1000 of an inch. Nice and thin. And I don't mind it that thin on a knife like this, a small slip joint, or actually a decent sized slip joint. The grind, I did it again. Sorry guys, I forgot to put the grind angles on my notes here. I've got them on my other notes. I'll put it on the screen here what the grind angles are one side to the other. I think the grind angles, if I remember correctly, I took those measurements a couple weeks ago. I think the grind angles are actually quite good, probably, if I remember correctly. Let's go back to the measurements. The handle length, 96.8 millimeters, 3.811 inches. The grip area, it's around 9 centimeters, about 3.5 inches. So yeah, a good full-size grip. The thickness of the handle, 8.9 millimeters. That's 0.3505, so about 1/3 of an inch thick. The handle depth, the widest point's right there, 17.6 millimeters, 0.693 inches. The depth of the knife at the widest point is 23.1 millimeters. That's 0.9095 inches. And the total length of this knife, oh, I did it again, didn't I? I forgot to put the inches on the screen. 16.72 centimeters. And the actual inches are on the screen, but from the look of my eye, it's just a little over 6.5 inches. So yeah, it's a decent knife in terms of how well it performs, how it feels in the hand, how good the slip joint is, how easy it is to open it and control it, how well it carries, all of those things. I wish there was a stop point pin. I wish there was a lanyard pin. And I learned something else. I was thinking, well, how easy is it going to be to just grab a piece of wire? I've actually got some stainless steel wire. My father used to be a machinist before he retired, and he worked mostly with stainless steel. So when he shut down his business because it didn't sell, got some stuff. And I had a little bit of stainless steel wire that I think I could put in there. So I decided to take it apart. No, unlike companies like Sanrenmu who make less expensive slip joint knives, these are not D-shaped pins. They're free spinning. So when I turn this, it spins free. And being that small, it is a little bit of a bump. But being that small, you don't get any, it's hard to get any friction on there to get it to come to open. I'm assuming that like other Artisan Cutlery and CJRB knives, they've got some Loctite in there. Worse yet, it's the same thing here on the pivot pins. You cannot change how tight the knife is. There is no blade play side to side. I'm surprised how well they did that. It opens and closes well. They probably have little phosphor bronze washers in there, but I can't say for sure. But yeah, no blade play, a very tiny bit of blade play side to side. There has to be on something like this, but yeah, it's very little and very functional. But those cons, you can't take the thing apart and put a new pin in there, even if you want to, which kind of sucks. It doesn't really come close to something like this. This is the 7315 by Sanrenmu. It's very much the same size knife, length, everything, full flat grind. This is 12C27, so basically the same steel. We don't know if this is 12C27 or 12C27M. Handle size very much the same, thickness very much the same. Slip joint, yeah, it's not exactly a half stop, but very close. Pocket clip that you can easily put on a different side, and it holds very, very well. Or you can use it, if I wiggle it out properly, without a pocket clip, no big hole. There actually is a pin there. You got highlight rings. You've got screws that are better steel than these are. And those are D-shaped pins. It easily comes apart for less money. And, it's got brighter colors, but you can also get it in black. Carbon fiber laminate too, just like this one. So, unfortunately, I like this, and I'm not recommending this. It's okay, but that's better. and less money. This review should be done in early February. It's going to get a very good recommendation on it too. Links down below. If I do sell this, I can very easily drill a hole through the G10 here so somebody could put a lanyard on if they would request that. Who knows? Otherwise, I might just keep this as, a glove box knife, an occasional user. It's a really light knife, great for like summertime in your light shorts. It's not going to get in the way, and it's not that expensive that it's really going to hurt if you lose it. Now, of course, depending on your own financial situation, that's definitely a given. It's a decent knife. Feels good. It's not hot in the hand. It functions well. I like the half stop. It's got a very nice tip. I prefer stonewash. It's got a nice edge on it. The body screws spin freely. That's terrible. A missing part and bad customer service, post-sale service. That's terrible. But that customer service part applies to every single Artisan Cutlery and CJRB knife, unfortunately. So at least in the rest of 2021, I will not be buying another knife from this company. But I do have, I think, 3 more knives of theirs, CJRB knives. I've got the Feldspar, I've got the Kicker. I think I've got more that I still will review this year, and that'll be it from them. So, what's your opinion? What do you think of this knife? What do you think of the company? And would you buy one of these? Especially at Amazon, being $16.50 for this knife. That's US dollars. If you are Canadian and you buy a slip joint knife, it'll import into Canada just fine, no matter who you buy it from. It might get stopped at the border and investigated, but it'll get through no problem. At least that's one good thing about slip joint knives. And I think that's enough time for this video. Thank you so much for watching it. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, and helping out with the camera fund. And remember, friends, always cut towards your chum, not your bleeding thumb. Just don't make it bleeding, and you'll be fine. Bye for now.